that you're gifted, but then you're overloaded? Well, today in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to cut the 80% and build from the 20%. Now, I did read a book by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy, which is called Who, Not How. Very impactful book, and I highly recommend that you get it. And what I learned in that book was I spent a lot of time wasting building that from the 80% or building around the gift, right? Other things that needed to be executed. I'm not a detailed person, I'm a creative, right? And so I would waste time studying new things to learn how to implement them. I'm really more so a visionary than an implementer. But I was wasting time trying to do both things. And what I found was it's hard to be in something and over it at the same time. I found that 10x is not necessarily doing more, like crazy amounts of work, but it's accomplishing more with less. That's where the 20% comes from, focusing on what you do best instead of the 80% in that which you don't. So that book was very foundational, pivotal for me, because it helped me understand that I didn't need to waste time on what I was no longer great at. And I didn't have to feel bad about that, right? But the truth is, sometimes it was hard for me to let go. And thought I would pass it off to someone for a moment, and then I try to take it back. I mean, if you're like me, you probably dealt with that too, to a certain degree. I did, and I didn't want to let go. I thought I did, but when I saw something didn't go a certain way, there was a trust issue that I had that I didn't think the other person that I assigned would do well. And so my fear kicked in, and therefore I didn't trust or give them the full autonomy to do the work and do it effectively. So because of that, I ended up going back in doing something that I assigned to somebody else. So that 80%, which really was what needed to be cut, which really wasn't my strength, I went back trying to take back what I gave them, and it hurt more than helped me. Here's another thing. I also learned that I was trying to save money. But I realized, yes, there's a time and place to save money, but I was trying to save money in the wrong places. You see, what's the use in saving money if you're going to waste time? And so I began to look at this concept like, wait a minute, I've been spending a lot of valuable time doing things that I'm not the best at. So why would I continue to go down this path? And as time went on, I began to see, wow, I can't sustain this. And really what did it for me was last week I went to this amazing mastermind that I was blessed to be a part of. And in that mastermind, what happened was the speaker was saying this one quote that I'll never forget. It stuck with me then, and it'll stick with me for the rest of my life. It has forever changed my life. And the statement that he made was, win a gold medal at one thing. And I'm like, wow, really? It wasn't like it was hard to do or what it was so deep, but it was profound. And it helped me look at what I was doing like, wait a minute, why am I doing something that I know needs to be done, but why am I wasting my time doing it? I can't win a gold medal at that, right? I'm definitely not a detailed person, and I'm not going to win a gold medal at that. So for me, what was the gold medal? Well, it was music. And here's the thing, music for me is like a key that you use to unlock and give access. Whenever I play music by the grace of God, it's like chains fall off of people, and atmosphere is set for people to experience what they came for. So if you're in a worship service and God allows me to play in that service, obviously his presence flows so strong in that atmosphere that it prepares the hearts of the people to hear the message. Even if it's a wedding, right? It prepares the people to receive the main event, which is the bride and groom getting married. If it's a funeral or a memorial service, it's being able to help keep that family at peace, even in the midst of great turmoil and the toughness of that moment, right? Even if it's a leadership or a corporate retreat, being able to help set the tone so people can receive the vision from the leadership on where they're going next. So yes, I realized that music was the vehicle that knocked down the barriers for people to receive, right? So here's what I want to say. 3 things I want to give you I'm not going to be on this very long, but in these three things, I think you will find them very helpful because they were very helpful for me, especially after being at that mastermind. It really helped set me free from some things I thought I heard, I thought I needed, right? I thought I knew, but I didn't know. Like you could have the gift and you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't want to do it because you don't feel like, well, I don't want to go through the turmoil. No, I don't want to. I don't want to trust people. I don't know, but we're in business, we're in ministry, and guess what? We're dealing with people. So we're never going to go a moment without dealing or working with people in some way or another, right? So here are three things that I want to give you for a moment that I believe will be of help to you as they have helped me. Number one, stop wasting valuable time on tasks that drain your energy. Stop wasting valuable time on tasks that drain your energy. If you, again, I alluded to it earlier, but I'll say it here a little bit more in depth. If you're not great at administration, and most creatives are not, and you could be rare if you do both. But if that's not your specialty or your forte, follow through is not your strength. I guarantee you it's best to help somebody or have somebody else to take care of that for you. Why? Because you don't want to lose the strength or your energy on or doing certain uh, administrative things, but that's not where your energy it picks up. That's not where you're your best, you're your strongest, right? So why not let somebody else who that is play for them and it could be hard for you, but guess what? What you're doing as creative is like hard for them, but it's like play to you. So instead of wasting tasks trying to be in the trench of things and everything and seeing how it goes, why not just have someone who specializes in that and let them run that? That's a big thing. And that helped me out a lot because it took the pressure off of me because I realized that while I'm creating, I really shouldn't be editing at the same time. While I'm creating, I really shouldn't be thinking about where am I going to distribute or position this. No, if I'm creating, I need to focus on creating, right? And allow someone to help position what we do in the right places because it's going to be very difficult for me to do both at the same time. So stop wasting your time on tasks that really aren't the best use of your time. Now, I will say this, wasting time makes your weaknesses stronger. But at the same time, it can keep you from maximizing your true authority and your gift. See, while you're in something else and fumbling around at what you're not great at, that 80%, now you miss the 20% that can make you the most effective, right? So I wanted to share that key with you, number one. Number two, stop wasting time learning good things and new skills if you're not going to execute them. I think there's a lady by the name of Danielle. I watch her videos all the time, and she mentioned something about this. If you're going to learn, it's a time to read, it's a time to study. But if that's what you're going to do when you should be productive, then you will never accomplish anything and get anything done. You have to be able to execute, right? So I do believe in study, but if you're trying to confuse it and make it seem like your productive time and study time is the same as your focus time, you missed it. No, no, I've done that plenty of times. And you know what the truth of the matter is? I found that yes, I learned new things. I love to learn, but the truth is, I was avoiding the discomfort of the action I needed to take in obedience to do what needed to be done. I was avoiding the possibility of rejection. I was avoiding things, or I was avoiding the discomfort because I didn't want to experience that. But that's what I needed to do to execute, not only for me, but my family and other people connected to us on our team. So, number two, stop wasting time learning new skills and never executing them. What's the use? Your time is too valuable for that. And then number three, focus on maximizing your authority rather than chasing and copying someone else's fruit. Like what is it that you do so amazingly? Like you do it, it's so natural to you. To everybody else, you're like struggling to figure it out, but to you, it's like a touch of a button. And this is the way you know this is the authority that your authority, because you're going to be asked, it's going to be so simple, and you're going to be asking people, like, when they ask you questions and you answer it, and then you'll turn around and ask them, like, okay, what was so hard about that? It really wasn't that big of a deal. It's like that because because I realized it was natural to me, but it's not natural to them. And because it's not natural to them, it's a struggle, it's a toil. And so I have to have grace to understand that people don't have the gift that I have. Right? And so I must spend my time building and maximizing on that gift. So for me, the gift is music. Again, I told you that in the earlier parts of this message, right? For years, I knew that. For years, I had the gift. But here's the thing, I didn't see it as something that was an engaging tool to help, like, break barriers or help people get more engaged or prepare their heart for the message of what was to come. I didn't see it like that. And because I didn't see it like that, I was unclear about my identity. I was unclear about my authority. And therefore, because of that that clarity that was not there, I got distracted with good opportunities. I got distracted with side businesses. I'm not saying side businesses, all of them are bad. I'm just saying when you're on assignment, if you're not careful and if you're confused, you give the enemy room to continue keeping you confused. And so I would be distracted trying to be top notch or top level, chasing, building around the gift, but not necessarily building from the gift. And because of that, it hurt me for quite some time, but the people who had been looking and praying for me, it hurt them too. So I wasted time trying to be a top ranking, high ranking person in an opportunity that really was nothing more than an extension of the purpose, but it was not the foundational purpose. But because I wasn't clear, because I spent time trying to chase instead of seeing what I already had, I did not build from the foundation to actually open the doors God had already prepared. And the truth of the matter is, you're praying for God to give you extra, but really He wants you to look on the inside at the gems and diamonds that He gave you already. So with that being said, I'm encouraging you today, yes, cut the 80% and focus and build from the 20%. And when you do that, you may be like, well, man, it cost me more money. But here's the thing. I learned to shift my focus from this being a cost to an investment. And when I looked at it from that perspective, my life changed. It's continuing to change even at this moment. And God's going to stretch you, and it's going to cause you to have to open up your thinking, and you're going to have to connect with people, because guess what? The people He's connecting you to, they may be at a greater capacity than where you are now. And that's going to push you to be stretched out, not stressed out, but stretched out, so that the gift that He has on the inside of you can impact the people He originally designed it to do. Now, I thank you for your time. Like and share on this video. I meant to say that earlier, but I'm saying it now. Like and share on this video. Get this out to the people so that not only people like yourself, not only you, but people like yourself can get this video and they can receive value as well. Again, I'm Rico McAdory, the Identity King. I appreciate you being on here. Thanks for rocking with me and sharing your comments and feedback. Any questions you have, anything you want to share, let me know in the comments. Love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye for now.